Good evening, everyone. Can you guys confirm my voice is audible? Please write in the chat. Great. Yeah, I'm audible, right? So I can see 21 of you are there, right? So a huge drop in the audience, right? The live audience. So guys, it is like, okay. Any feedback you want to give? Please write in the chat, okay? So we will wait for 3 more minutes, and after that we can start our session, right? We will start our session, okay? So till that time, let me share my screen and tell you the process on how to mark the attendance and all, right? Okay. So here, hello Naveen, Akshat is there, right? Sachin, Yogesh, hello Akshat, hello Yogesh, hello Sachin. What about others? Okay. So from the live audience, it is like I can see a huge drop in the audience. Okay. So what is the reason? Like you guys are not able to understand the concept, or it is like my teaching style is not good. What? Please write in the chat. Okay. If there is a React session, then attendance would have been a lot higher, I guess. Okay. In the future, there will be the React session. Okay. Try to attend that part. Okay, till that time, let me share the attendance here, right? How to mark the attendance. So in the description, you can see the attendance button, right? So you have to go to the attendance link, and here you can see the button that is mark attendance button, right? Okay, mark attendance button, and here you can mark the attendance. That is out of 10, you have to give the rating. And after that, if you are interested in our full stack or Java and DSA program, you can click on this button. So here I'm interested in Java and DSA program. And after that, if you have any suggestions, you can write in the chat. And after that, submit the attendance, right? And it will get submitted, right? And apart from that, guys, here, so for those who have not attended the yesterday sessions, so we are having Java and DSA program that will be starting from 25th May 2023. And here you can see the USP of our program, right? That is, it will be the live learning session. There will be 3 mock interview that will be conducted by the working professional from the industry. After that, we are having 100 plus problem statement that you are going to solve. Okay, we will be teaching you the patterns. Like there are different patterns related to different data structure, that is your array, linked list, stack, queue, okay, everything. So there are patterns, and related to that patterns the questions are repeated. So we will be building the logic, building the like skills on that pattern itself. So you have to solve the problem and you are good to go with the interview, right? And here you can see the biggest USP of our program is what, like there will be 3 month live training and 3 month placement support. And if after 6 months you are not getting placed, you will get the money refunded, right? And there are some criteria that you will be get to know when you enroll in the program here, right? And here you can see the rating on Google, and here is a link to enroll. The duration of the program, that is 3 month. Eligibility, either you are BTech or any similar degree similar to BTech here, right? And the fees is 5,900 rupees, right? And here you can see who all got placed from this Java interview accelerator program here, right? That is Java and DSA program. And here we can see only 4 people, but on the website you can see all the people who got placed from this program here, right? And you will get the certificate. And what you are going to learn in this program, that is OOPS, JDBC, SQL, DSA, IntelliJ, and Java, right? And here are the expert trainer who are going to be the part of your journey in this DSA program. They will share you the industry knowledge. Okay, they will share you the experience, and they will be acting as your mentor, and like they will be the personal mentor. And if you have any doubt uh, related to anything that is related to the course, related to your career, related to the resume, you can ask doubt to your mentor here, right? And from here you can download the brochure. Okay, so this is a brief about the program, and you can enroll on this, like you can click on the enroll button, or you can contact us to get the more insight on this program here, right? Yes, Akshat, you can do this program here, right? Like it is very good, like those who are pursuing BTech or BC or any similar degrees, or they are in the first year or second year, for them the course is very great, because you will be learning the pattern that are not taught on the YouTube and any source, right? So there are different patterns, so you have to solve just those patterns, right? And after that you are good to go. You are good to build your own logic. Okay, you are good to like strengthen your logic building there, right? So it is a very good program. You can enroll in this program here, right? And apart from that, here you can see, okay, the options for the certificate also, right? That is, here you can see the link of the certificate. And on day 3, you have to click on this link and you will get the certificate if your attendance is more than 50% and you have completed the assignment. And for the assignment, you will get the questions on this link. That is the assignment link here, right? This one. So here, let me see. Okay, I'm not getting any question, but from your side, you will get the questions. What you have to do is like you have to solve that questions, and after solving the question, you have to push the question on the GitHub account, and you have to share the link. Okay, how to push the code on the GitHub, how to share the link. There is a GitHub class that is taken by the Let's Upgrade. Okay, so you can refer that class also, right? In order to learn about the GitHub. Okay, Yuvraj, try to refresh the page. After some time, it will get loaded. Okay. Yeah. So let me start the session, right? So, guys, let me discuss the agenda. What will be the agenda of today's session? Agenda, right? So, the agenda is what we are left with the remaining data types. So, we will be going to discuss all the remaining data types, right? After that, there will be some problem statement, okay, related to that data type, okay. After that, we will start with the control statement. And if we have some time left, then with the help of the control statement, we will build a mini project, right? Yeah. So this will be the end of today's session, right? So yesterday we have discussed about the typecasting, right? So guys, can you write in the chat what all typecasting we have learned in the yesterday class? Okay, what all typecasting we have in Java? Please write in the chat. Okay, let's revise the session for 5 minutes, and after that, we will start the session, right? Yeah, Akshat, you have to submit the program code file on GitHub. Okay, there is a session on Let's Upgrade page. Okay, on the Let's Upgrade YouTube session, how to upload the file on GitHub. Okay, there is a whole 3-day session on GitHub, right? So you can take the reference from there itself. Yeah. So, okay, Akshat is correct. We have two kind of typecasting, that is implicit and explicit, guys, right? So can you guys write in the chat, okay, who is responsible for implicit typecasting? Anyone from the audience? Who is responsible for implicit typecasting? Okay, let's see. And guys, everyone, okay, like I can see only Akshat, Yuraj, and Naveen is there, right? Who are like interacting in this session. Okay, this is a session. You should take the advantage. You should interact, right? Yeah. So correct. Compiler is responsible for doing implicit typecasting behind the scene, and for the explicit one, programmer is responsible, right? And guys, why compiler is responsible? Anyone from the audience? Why compiler is responsible to do implicit typecasting behind the scene? Okay, let's see. Why compiler is responsible for doing the implicit typecasting behind the scene? Because there is no loss of data, right? There is no loss of data. And here programmer has to do this explicit typecasting because compiler is throwing an error. And why compiler is throwing an error? Because here there is a chance of loss of data. Okay, loss of data, right? So this we have discussed in the yesterday session, right, about the typecasting. And we have discussed about the variable, right? And in the variable we have discussed about the data type. And inside data type we have discussed about the integer and character, right everyone? So integer occupies how many byte? It occupies 4 byte, and character occupies how many byte? 2 byte, right? And we saw how integer data gets stored behind the scene in the memory, and how the character data gets stored behind the scene in the memory, right everyone? Till this point we have discussed, right? And apart from that, what is class, what is object, that also we have discussed in the study session. Okay. And yeah. Okay, you will get the assignment question after the session. Okay, correct. So let's start with the remaining data type, right? So the next data type is what? So we have discussed about integer, right? And similar to integer, we have byte, okay, we have long, and we have short. And all these four are used to store integer kind of data. All these are used to store what? Integer kind of data. There is a difference in the memory. Okay, so integer occupies how many byte? It occupies 4 byte inside the computer memory. That we have discussed in the yesterday session. Similarly, long occupies 8 byte behind the scene in the computer memory, right? And if I will like search for this one, that is so here you can see we have byte. Byte takes 8 bits, that is 1 byte, and short take 12 bits, right? Okay, let me open this one, right? Java data type, and here, yeah, this one. So guys, here you can see this one, right? So if you will see this list here, okay, let me this one, right? So if you will see list, see this list here for integer take how many bytes? 4 byte. And this is the range. The range is from -2 into 10 to the power 9 to 2 into 10 to the power 9, right? So this is integer. Integer store integer kind of data, and it takes 4 byte behind the scene, and this is the range, right? Similarly, we have short, we have byte, and we have log. All these four are used to store integer kind of data. Here you can see. Okay, the difference is what? The difference is between the size and between the range. Okay, this is the difference. So here, okay, so byte take how many byte? It take 1 byte, and short take 2 byte behind the scene. Right, everyone? So this is a difference between integer, byte, long, and short. According to the use case, you have to use integer, byte, long, and short. So there is a question. So guys, if I have to store the age of a person, which data type I should use? Please write in the chat. Okay. If I have to store the age of a person, which data type I should use? Should I use byte or short, int or long? Please write in the chat. Okay. Naveen is saying byte. Why, Naveen, you're saying byte? Correct. So it will be byte because the age of a person will never exceed, like it will go like up to 127, right? Or like in the worst case, it can go up to 200 year, right? But not more than 200 year. Okay, 200 year is like is exceptional, right? So it will be more than, like it will be 100 year, right? 100 year. So this 100 value is lying in this range. Okay, and what advantage byte is giving us? It is giving us the advantage that is we can reduce the memory, we can optimize the memory. So if I will use byte here, okay, that is byte age is equal to 18. So what will happen? I know byte will take how many byte? One byte inside the computer memory. And this byte is used to store integer kind of data. Okay, so here I am optimizing the space behind the scene. Right, everyone? I can use integer also here, right? That is int age is equal to 18. This is also fine. Okay, but if I have an option, if in the interview, if they will ask you ki, hey, you have to choose between byte and integer to store age information, I will go with the byte because here I can optimize the memory. Right, everyone? Yes or no? Please write in the chat if it is clear till this point. Similarly, if I will ask you ki, hey, I have to, yeah, I have to store the phone number of a person. Which data type I should use? Okay, should I go with byte, short, int, or long? Please write in the chat. If I have to store phone number of a person, which data type I should use? How do you use byte as opposed long? Naveen, I'm not able to get your question. So yeah, correct. So in order to store the phone number of a person, we can use long here, right? Long here. Why we are not using int, short, and byte? Because if you will see here, the range part. The range of byte is what? Minus 128 to 127. Similarly, the range of short and int is what? It is minus 32768 to this one, and it is minus 2 into 10 to the power 9 to 2 into 10 to the power 9. And how many digits we have in a phone number? We have 10 digits. So it is greater than these three ranges, right? So we have to use long here, right? Okay. So it is like this. And after that, we have what? We have float and double, right? So let's discuss about the float and double. And after that, we will see some question related to data types, right? So we have float and double. Can you guys write in the chat why we use float and double? Anyone from the audience? Why we use float and double? Correct. Akshat, it has its limit range, right? So if I have to store what kind of data? Okay, if I have to store decimal values, right? If I have to store decimal values that is having decimal in it, right? Then I can go with the float or double, right, everyone? I can go with the float or double. So in Java, by default, the decimal values are what? By default, the decimal values are what? It is float or double. Please write in the chat. Okay. Correct. So in Java, by default, the decimal values are what? It is double. Okay. Here. This is the first point. It is double, right? So the second point is what? Size. Can you guys tell me what is the size of a float? It is 4 byte. Okay. It takes 4 byte inside the computer memory. Similarly, the size of double is what? It takes 8 byte inside the computer memory, right? And the third point is what? Precision, right? Precision. That is after decimal, after decimal, how many digit you can store, right? How many digit you can show on the output screen, right? That is after decimal, how many digit you can show. For float, you can show up to 5 to 6 decimal, 5 to 6 digit after decimal, right? And here in double, it is approx 15 digit after decimal, right? You can show up to 15 digit after decimal here. Okay. And here is the accuracy part. Accuracy means which is more accurate. Here we can store up to 15 digit after decimal. So here we are getting a more information as compared to this float, right? More information. And since we are getting more information, that means this is more accurate, right? And this is less accurate, right? And here, if I have to take an example, then it is 1.234, okay, 2.3567, right? So this is the example of decimal values, right? So let's try to implement that part also. So this time I'm using a online compiler. You can use any online compiler, okay? You can write a Java compiler, right? Online compiler here, and you will get this one, okay, here. So here, let's try to store a float data, right? That is float f is equal to 1.234, right? And after that, system dot out dot println, and here the value of f. Can you guys write in the chat what output I will get? If you have attended the yesterday class, okay, so if you are clear with the yesterday class concept, what output I will get on the output screen? Let's see. And everyone, okay, I can see 37 to 40 students are there. Okay, so everyone try to answer this question. We will get an error. Okay, Manoj, why error? Okay, write the reason also, right? So Naveen is saying 1.23 we will get. Okay, Naveen, why you have excluded 4 from the data? What about others? Okay, so mention f to variable. Manoj, why we have to mention f? Okay, those who are saying we have to write f at the end of the data. Why? Okay, let me run the code and see what like what error or what output I am getting here, right? So here you can see I am getting an error that is incompatible type, right? Here, this one, incompatible type, that is possible lossy conversion from double to float. And this error why we are getting, guys? This error why we are getting? This error we are getting because here, if you will see, this float f occupies 4 bytes inside the computer memory, and this data is of double. Okay, we have discussed key decimal by default in Java is double, right everyone? So double takes how many bytes? It takes 8 bytes inside the computer memory. And what we are doing, we are trying to transfer the data from a larger container, that is 8 byte container, to a smaller container, that is 4 byte container, right? And when I will do such kind of stunt, what will happen? There will be the probability of loss of data. Okay, probability of loss of data. And when there is a probability of loss of data, my compiler will throw an error, and this error we are getting on the output screen. Compiler is saying ki, hey, there is a probability of loss of data, so there may be a random behavior in the future, so I will not take care of this kind of conversion. Okay, programmer, you have to take care of this kind of conversion. So what we have to do, we have to explicitly typecast it, right? Explicit typecast it, right? So that's why we have to either use f as suffix in the data, or we have to write float as prefix in front of the data, right everyone? Everyone is clear till this point? Please write in the chat. Okay, why we are getting this error? Okay, So what I can do here, I have the double data. So either I can write a suffix that is f, and if I will run, I will get the correct output, right? That is 1.234. Or I can do what? I can typecast it. That is, I have the double data and I want to store the double data in a float container. So I have to typecast it to the float data type. And now if I will run again, I will get the correct answer, right? So I'm getting 1.234, right? And if I will try to take a larger value, that is 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see. So here, 1.2345678. Okay, I'm getting the correct answer. Let's increase the data after decimal. Okay, let's increase the digit after decimal. So 1234. Okay, let's try to run the code again. So guys, this time you can see what is happening. Okay, we have if you will see this point here, right? This one. So basically this one. So what we are having? We are having a 4-liter container, right? We are having a 4-byte container, and what we are doing? We are having a 8-byte container, right? And we are having some data in the 8-byte container. The moment I'm trying to transfer the data, what is happening? Okay, programmer is explicitly typecasting it, but there is a loss of data. Okay, loss of data. And here you can see what I'm trying to store this value, but it is getting stored till 6 decimal digit. Okay, 6 digit after decimal, right? So here we are having a loss of data. That's why compiler is throwing that error. That's why we are typecasting it, right? So that's why what is telling us, this point is telling us ki, hey, you are typecasting it. That means there is some chance of loss of data in the future. So you have to use this variable, okay, cautionly, right? Okay, everything is clear now? Please write in the chat if it is clear. So we have to be very cautious using f, okay, because there is a probability of loss of data. And similarly, if I will try to do double d and this one, right? And if let's try to print d here, right? So let's try to print f and d both, right? F, c, and d here, right? So if I will run the code, now you can see for float, we are getting up to 6 decimal digit, and for double, it is up to 15 decimal digit, right? Everyone is clear now, right? And here you can see this double is getting us a more information as compared to float. That's why double is more accurate as compared to float, right, everyone? Okay, everyone is clear. So I have one question now. Please write in the chat what will be the output of this question. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So let me put the question here. That is, it is double a is equal to 6 divided by 4. Okay. And we have a integer value, that is int b is equal to 6 divided by 4. And we have double c is equal to a plus b, right? And what we have to do, we have to print the value of c. What will be the output of c on the output screen? Okay, you have 1 minute. You can write on the answer on the chat. System.out.println and c here, right? This one. So this is a question on the screen. What will be the output, guys? You have 1 minute, okay? So let's see who all have understood the concept well. Manoj. So I'm getting one answer from Manoj, and he's saying compilation error. Okay. Complication error. Okay, it is compilation error. Okay, Manoj. Naveen is saying 3. Sanusha is saying 3.5. Great. 2.5. Naveen is saying 2.5. Okay. Great. So 2.0, Akshat is saying 2.0. What about others? So here I can see five people and everyone has different answer, right? So like only one have written the correct answer, right? What about others? 36 of you are there, right? Okay. So let me run the code now, right? Let's see what output I'm getting. So the answer is what? It is 2.0. So Akshat is correct here. It is what? 2.0. Let's see why we are getting 2.0 here, right? So focus on this part now, right? It is a very good question. And like most of the time it is asked in the MCQ or it is sometime asked in the interview also, right? So what we are having? We are having double A is equal to 6 divided by 4. And this 6 is what? It is an integer value. And this 4 is what? It is a integer value, right? So if we are dividing an integer by an integer, what we will get? We will get the answer as integer. So this 6 divided by 4 will give us what? It will give us 2. Okay, it will give us what? 2. It will give us the integer data. Okay, it will give us, sorry, not 2, it is 1, right? Sorry, it is 1. It is 1. So we will get a integer data here. Okay, and what we are doing? We are storing the integer data in a double container. So this will be taken care by the compiler itself. Why? Because here the integer data is of how much size? 4 byte, right? And this double data is of how much size? It is 8 byte. So there will be no loss of data and compiler will take care of this kind of conversion. So this one will be stored as 1.0 inside this container. Okay, so the value of A is what? It is 1.0. After that we have B. B is equal to 6 upon 4. This time what we will get? Integer divided by integer, we will get integer, right? We will get integer, that is 1. So the value of B is what? 1, right? After that, at this line, that is double C is equal to A plus B. The value of A is what? 1.0 and the value of B is what? 1, right everyone? So 1 plus 1 is 2 and this 2 2.0, okay, that is double plus integer will be double. Okay, it will take the higher data type, right? So 2.0, so this 2.0 will be stored inside the C and we are getting 2.0 on the output screen, right? Everyone is clear? We can add, okay, can't add two different data type, we can add, okay. Everyone is clear why we are getting 2.0 on the output screen? Please write in the chat. After that, here if you will see, that is we have discussed which one? Okay, char, byte, short, int, long, float, and double are discussed. Now we are left with the boolean. Okay, so boolean is used to store what? It is used to store true or false value, right? So it is used to store what? Boolean. So boolean is used to store either true or false value. So I have one more question. Let me write the question and please write the answer on the chat. Okay, what will be the output if I have two variable, that is int var1 is equal to 5 and int var2 is equal to 6 and okay, it is var1 greater than var2. So guys, what will be the output? Can explain why short cannot be used for telephone number? Okay, Naveen, I will explain after this question. Okay, why we cannot use short for the telephone number? Please write in the chat, guys. We will get a false value. Okay, we will get a false, or we will get 0 as answer. Boolean value. Okay. Now, guys, what output I will get? Okay. What output I will get now? Let's see that part also, right? Okay, we are getting an error here, right? For this part, Boolean cannot be converted to the int, right? Yeah. So in Java, we are getting an error, right? Okay. In C++, it is like we will get 0. Yeah. But in Java, we are getting this error, right? Everyone is clear? So let's okay, Naveen has one question here. So Naveen, if you will see this part, right? So what you're saying, short, right? Why we are not using short for storing telephone number? So if you will see the range, right? So the range of short is what? It is -32768 to 32767, right? So we can store a value between this range itself, okay? And here the phone number is what? It is 10-digit number. And if you will see how many digit we can store, in short, we can store 245, only 5 digit. That's why it is not possible to store a telephone number in a short. Right, Naveen? Anyone has any other doubt, please write in the chat. Okay. So let's move to the next topic, or should I give one more question? Let me see if I have any other question. Okay. So after completing if else, I have some question. Okay. Hmm. So let's discuss about the control statement, right? Yeah. So guys, can you write in the chat what is the importance of control statement? Why we need a control statement in a programming world? Anyone from the audience? Try to interact, guys. Okay. Why we need a control statement in the programming world? To decide the flow of processing. Okay. So guys, what happened in Java, in C, in C++? Okay, what happened? The default execution flow is what? It is sequential in manner, right? Default execution flow of a program is in sequential manner. That is, it will start from the main function, and from the main function, it will execute the code line by line. That is from top to bottom. Okay, in a sequential order. Sequential order. But sometimes when you are solving a problem statement, okay, when you're solving a problem statement, sometimes you have a situation where you have to skip a part of a code on the basis of some condition, right? Skip a part of code on the basis of some condition. Or sometime in a problem statement, you have to repeat, you have to execute a part of a logic again and again, right? Logic again and again. Or in a problem statement, you have to jump from one part of a code to another part of a code, right? Jump from one part to another part of a code, right? To another part. So to tackle the case 1, to tackle the case 2, to tackle the case 3, programmer have introduced control statement, right? So in order to tackle the case 1, that is skip a part of the code on the basis of condition, we have to use selection statement. That is our if switch case, right? And similarly, to tackle the case 2, we have to use iterative statement, that is for loop, while loop, do while loop, right? And similarly, to tackle the third case, we have to use what? We have to use jump statement. That is our continue, break, and return, right? Jump statement. So let's start with the selection statement, right? Okay. Let's start with the selection statement. So first of all, why we write a program? Anyone? Anyone? Why we write a program? This is me, right? And this is my computer. So guys, why we need to write a program? Anyone? No one? So it is like I am a human, right? Yeah. To solve a problem, okay, great. To solve a problem. So we can solve a problem in our mind also, right? To able to understand why, okay, to correct. So Yogesh is correct here. So Yogesh is saying ki, hey, we know the solution, right? We know the solution. But my computer, if you are like if you have a computer, if you are not doing anything on the computer, then computer is what? It is a dumb machine, right? It is very intelligent, but at the same time, if you are not giving any instruction to the computer, it is a dumb machine, right? So you have to tell the computer ki, hey computer, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Okay, 2 into 2 is equal to 4, right? Similarly, 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So you have to tell the computer somehow. And how you can tell the computer? Okay, you have to give some instruction to the computer to perform certain action so that we can get some result, okay, of the problem statement. Right, everyone? So that's why we write a program. That's why we write a program so that we can give a command to the computer, right? We can give a command to the computer ki, hey computer, you have to add two number, you have to subtract that two number, right? And my computer understand what? It understand machine code, right? And we human understand like simple English, Hindi, right? Okay, we understand arithmetic operation. Okay, so we have written like we use high level language, right? High level language, that is C, C++, Java, and there is a compiler who will check the syntax, semantics, and will convert the high level language to a machine code, right? Everyone is clear? So we have to write a code. This is a very important point. We have to tell something to a computer, right? So similarly, let's take one example. Okay, here I have Akshat, right? And Akshat has to write a program like Akshat has to write a program where what he has to do. He has a weather, right? And it is like it can be rainy or it is sunny, right? There is a two situation. Okay, whether the weather will be rainy or the sunny. So for this situation, Akshat has to write a program whether he has to take like whether he has to get take a umbrella, carry umbrella, right? Carry umbrella, or he has to not carry any umbrella with him, right? Not carry any umbrella with him. Okay, umbrella with him. So this Akshat, like he has brain. He will use the brain. Okay, he will see outside the outside his home, and he will see ki, yes, today is sunny. So there is no need to carry umbrella with himself, right? Similarly, he will see if there is rainy, he will carry the umbrella. Okay, now here is my computer, right? And now my computer, like Akshat has to tell the same thing to the computer, right? Akshat has to tell the same thing to the computer. So what Akshat will do? Akshat knows some rules of Java. Okay, Akshat know ki yes, the program execute in a sequential order, right? Program execute in a sequential order here. So Akshat will use the power of selection statement. That is, if you will go to the previous slide here, that is Akshat is facing case number 1, where he has to execute a part of a code on the basis of a condition. He has to take a decision on the basis of a condition. And here, this part, right? Yeah, this one. So here, condition is what? Condition is what? The weather is either rainy or sunny, right? It is rainy or sunny. Or you can say, ki, hey, if it is rainy or not, right? Rainy or not. So on the basis of this condition, whether the weather is rainy or not, on this decision, he has to take certain action. And what action? carry, not carry, right? So in order to tackle such kind of situation where you have to take a decision, and on the basis of that decision you have to execute either this part of the code or this part of the code, right? You will use selection statement, right? Everyone is getting some point, like something you're getting, yes or no? So here we will start with the selection statement. In the selection statement we have the first statement as if else, right? And when I can use if else, when I have two options available, okay? When I have two options available, and among the two options I have to choose only one option, only one option, okay? And this decision I have to take on the basis of some condition, right everyone? Yes or no? So here, in case of Akshat, two options are what? Either he has to carry umbrella or he has to not carry umbrella, right? So here we have two options, that is option 1, option 2, right? Yeah. So either he can carry the umbrella with himself or he will not carry the umbrella with himself. And on what condition he will choose the two option? Okay, among these two options, which condition he will use? He will check whether it is rainy or not outside, right? Whether it is rainy or not outside. Everyone is clear till this point, yes or no? So here we have to use some syntax to tell the computer ki, hey, I have two options and I have to choose one option. And that syntax is what? You have to use if, and inside the if you have to write the round bracket, okay? In the round bracket you have to write the condition, okay? And this will be the curly bracket, else curly bracket. And in the if part you have to write the body of if, you have to write code of if here, and similarly you have to write the code of else, right? And how this thing executes, you have a condition here, right? You have a condition. If the condition is true, if the condition is true, you will move inside the body of if, you will execute the code of the body of if, okay? And after executing the code of the body of if, you will skip the else part, right? If the condition is true. And if the condition is false, then what will happen here? If the condition is false, this one, false here, so you will skip the if part and you will directly jump to the else part and you will execute the body of else part. Everyone is getting the point, yes or no? So this thing computer know, okay? This thing computer know. And Akshay, like Akshay also know something, that is on the basis of whether he has to either carry the umbrella or he has to not carry the umbrella with himself. So how Akshat will relate his idea with this syntax? Let's see that part, right? So here I will use if condition and I will take a variable here, right? Let's take a Boolean, that is Boolean and rainy here, okay? And here let's write ki hey, it is not raining. So I will initialize the Boolean value with false here, right? Boolean rainy is equal to false. After that, here I have to write a check, that is if, and inside this I have to write a condition. And here the condition is what? Rainy or not, right? So here, if, okay, if the condition is true, if this is true, what means? It means you will go inside the body. And if you are going inside the body of if, that means what you have to do? It is raining outside. So system.out.println carry umbrella with him, right? Carry umbrella with him. And if this condition is false, that means you are in the else part. And in the else part, what you will write? You will write ki hey, it is not raining, right? Not raining. Yeah. So Akshat has some thought in his idea, in his mind, and he has converted that thought in the code format. Everyone is getting the point. Please write in the chat. If else is clear, yes or no? And again, you have to write the body according to the condition, right everyone? So let me write this code, and after that I will give you one more code, then you will get the clear understanding, right? And this is a very important step, that's why I'm taking some time here, right? That is what I will do. I will take a boolean rainy, and it is false here, right? And here I will write ki, hey, if rainy, that means if this rainy is true, right? If this rainy is true, what I will do, I will execute a line, that is system dot out dot println, and here I will write carry umbrella, right? And in the else part, what I will write, not carry umbrella. Okay, not carry umbrella here. And let's run the code, right? So here you can see what output I'm getting. I'm getting not carry umbrella. Why I'm getting not carry umbrella? Because here the value of rain is what? False. Okay, it is false here. And if it is false, that means you will jump to the else part and you will execute this line. Okay, you have to just remember the principle. The principle is what? If the condition is true, you will execute the body of if, and if the condition is false, you will execute the body of else. And according to that principle, you have to write the code, right? Everyone, you have to write the code. So let me, okay, take one more example, right? So tell me one thing. Okay, so here there is one symbol, that is not. Okay, so we have some logical operator, and there is a not operator, and the work of not operator is what? It will toggle the result. Okay, it will toggle the result, right? So if I am having some answer and the answer is true, then if I'm using condition, okay, if answer is equal to true, and if I'm using toggle, okay, this toggle symbol, okay, that is not operator, this is what? Not operator. If I'm using the not operator, what will happen? This true value will get converted to the false value, so we will get what? False here, right everyone? So it is toggling the result, right? So tell me, if I will write, like I have the same code, and here if I'm writing if not raining, okay, what all changes I have to do in my code? Okay, if I'm writing not rainy here, what should I write in the body of if, and what I should write in the body of else? Or it is a correct code? Please write in the chat. Let us see. So what I have done, I have just introduced this not operator, and my question is, ki I have written the correct code, or I have to do some changes in my code? Anyone from the audience? No one? So let's run the code, right? Correct code. Oh, not carry umbrella in the correct. So if I will run the code now, you will see what output I will get here. I am getting carry umbrella here, right? And here, if you will see this part, the value of rain is what? False. And according to Akshat, if it is not raining outside, what he has to print? He has to print not carry umbrella. But what output I am getting? I am getting carry umbrella, right? So here you can see what I have done. I have written not rainy. Not rainy means what? Not, and here false. And this will give me what? It will give me true, right? And if it is true here, if it is true, then what I have to write? I have to write here not carry umbrella, right? And in the else part, I have to remove this not. Right, everyone? So, like, why I'm discussing this part? So it is on the basis of the condition, you have to think of the body of if or body of else. Right, everyone? So this is a very important takeaway. That is here, on the basis of condition, you have to think, okay, what to write in if body and else body, right? This is a takeaway, right? This is a takeaway here. So what I will do, just I know one rule. Okay, what rule I know? I know just one rule, that is here. Yeah, according to the programming, I know one rule ki, hey, if condition is true, I will execute body of if, and if the condition is false, I will execute the body of else. Okay, this I know. This part I know, and what I have to do, I have to just remember this part, right? On the basis of condition, I have to think of the body of if and body of else. So here you can see, if I am writing not rainy, that means here what I will do, I will write I will not carry umbrella. And in the else part, else means it is raining outside, so it is carry umbrella, right? So you have to think in both the way. Okay, you have to think in both the way, right? So if I will run the code, I will get the correct output, right? That is not carry umbrella, right? Everyone is clear, or you guys are getting confused? Please write in the chat. Okay, after that I will discuss our ATM machine project, right? So 43 audience are there. So you guys are getting confused, or like everything is getting like clear, right? Try to interact, right? Yeah, clear. Yeah, great. So if I have to like let's take one more program, and after that we will move to the ATM machine project, right? So here, write a program to check whether the number is even even or odd, or you can say is yeah, even or odd, right? Let's take this simple program, right? Or odd. So guys, again, if you will see, I have two options. That is, either the number will be even or the number will be odd. So I have two options, and I have to choose one option among them. Choose one option among them. And what will be the condition? The condition is what? Either the number is even or the number is odd. So when I have two options and I have to choose one option among them, what I will use? I will use if else. Right, everyone? So here, okay, I know when a number is even. Anyone from the audience? If the number is divisible by 2, that number is a even number. Right, everyone? Yes or no? So if I will say ki, hey, 7 is not a even number, right? 7 is not a even number. Similarly, 6 is a even number, 4 is a even number, 9 is not a even number, right? This we know. This we know because we know ki 7 is not divisible by 2, 6 is divisible by 2, that's why it is an even number, 4 is divisible by 2, that's why it is an even number. Now I have to tell the computer the same thing, okay? And I know one rule, that is if, and here I have to write the condition, okay? That is check for even number, right? And if this is an even number, what I will do? I will print what? System.out.println. I will print even number. Okay. And if it is not an even number, what I will do? I will print system.out.println. It is not even number, right? Not even number. Right, everyone? Now I have to think, hey, how I can tell the computer whether the number is divisible by 2 or not. I know if a number is divisible by 2, that number is an even number, and if it is not divisible by 2, it is not an even number. Now I have to tell the computer the same thing. Right, everyone? So what I will do? So they are like people who are saying ki, hey, you have to use modulo operator, right? So those who know about modulo operator, it is good, and those who don't know about the modulo operator. So what happened, guys? Here I know what happened. If I have a number 7, and if I am dividing a number by 2, so 2 3 is 6, right? And I am getting a remainder, right? I am getting a remainder. So this part is a quotient part, right? And this is a remainder part. And if you have to tell the computer, if you have to get the quotient value, or if you have to get the remainder value, what you have to do? Okay, so you have to write 7 modulo 2, and this modulo operator will give us the remainder, that is 1. Okay, this modulo operator will give us the remainder, that is 1. Similarly, if I will write 7 divided by 2, this division operator will give me the quotient part, that is 3 here. Everyone is getting the point, yes or no? So if you will notice one point, 2 divided by 6, 6 divided by 2, that is 2 3 is 6, remainder is 0. So one thing you can notice ki if the remainder is 0, that means that number is completely divisible by 2. That means that is a even number. Right, everyone? That is a even number. So I have to tell the computer the same thing. Okay, I have to tell computer the same thing. What I will do, I will tell the computer ki, hey computer, here, this part I will write, ki, hey computer, if you have a number and that number modulo 2, that is the remainder is equal to 0. So here I am using 2 equal to sign. So this double equal to is a comparison one. Okay, it is comparing, this double equal to is comparing left hand side with the right hand side part, and it is giving us true or false value. Okay, it is giving true or false value. If I am writing like this, that is int val is equal to 2, this is the assignment operator. Okay, this is the assignment operator, that is assigning a data to a variable. Right, everyone? So here you can see, guys, what I'm doing. I'm saying ki, hey computer, if n modulo 2 is equal to 0, that means if this condition is true, that means this is a even number. And if it is an even number, if the condition is true, I will be moved inside the if block. And if I am inside the if block, what I will do, I will print even number on the output screen. Right, everyone? So the same thing I will write here also. That is int num is equal to 7, and after that if num modulo 2 is equal to 0, that means that number is a even number, that is system dot out dot println, and here even, and in the else part, okay, odd number, right? This one, let's run the code and let's see. If we have more than one number in input, we need to iterate through every number. In the case, I think we need a loop. Okay, yes, you need a loop. Okay, I will discuss about the loop today itself. Okay, so we are getting odd number. Okay, because num value is 7, right? Everything is clear now, right? So let's move to the second selection statement, that is if else if, right? Till this point, everyone is clear. Anyone has any doubt, please write in the chat, right? Okay, so if else if. So when I can use if else if, when I have more than two options available. Okay, more than two options available. And on the basis of a condition, I have to choose only one option among them. Okay, then I will go with if else if selection statement. Right, everyone? I can go with if else if selection statement here, right? So here, if I have to write the syntax, it is simple. It is like the same. That is if okay, if condition 1, and after that some logic here, else if condition 2, some logic here, else if condition 3, some logic here, right? Condition 3, some logic here, and at the end you have the else part and some logic here. And what happened in if else if, it will go from top to bottom, and the moment the condition is true, the moment the condition of a if block is true, what will happen? It will execute the corresponding if block, and after executing the corresponding if block, it will skip the remaining else if else ladder. Everyone is clear? Yes or no? Okay, so the moment the condition is true, it will execute the corresponding if block, and after that it will skip the remaining else if else letter, right? Else if else letter here. So I have one question, okay? A lot of theory here. So let's take one question, okay? Let's see. I can see 34 of you are here, right? So try to answer this question, right? Let's see who all have understood till this point, right? Uh, Tell me what will be the output of this question, right? If int, okay, I have a variable that is x and the value of x is 5 here, right? And here if I have if x less than 6, so here system dot out dot println, and here hello. After that, let's copy this part again. See, okay, and if it is equal to 5, it will be high, okay. And in the else part, let's write hey, okay. What will be the output, guys? Please write in the chat. Let's see who all got the clear understanding of if else, right? Will I get some output, or I will get some error, or like what output I will get? So Yugesh is saying I will get high. Okay, Yugesh. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, hello. Hi will be printed. Hello will be printed. Okay. Mm, no. Still waiting for the correct answer, right? Okay. Yeah. So only one person have given the correct answer. And what about others? Hi. Okay. Anyone who is saying error? No one, right? So guys, if you will see this code here now, this one. So first we are having what? Int x is equal to 5. The value of x is what? It is 5 here. After that, we will go to line number 8. At line number 8, the condition is what? X is less than 6. The value of x is what? It is 5. 5 is less than 6. And this 5 is less than 6. Yes, it is true. The condition is true. That means you will go inside the body of if and you will execute hello on the output screen. After printing hello on the output screen, you will go to which line? You will go to this line. This is a closing bracket. You will move to the next line, that is line number 11. At line number 11, what you are having? You are having if, right? And here what you are having? X is equal to 5. So again, 5 is equal to 5. True. And again the condition is true. That means you are going inside the body. You will print high on the output screen. Right, everyone? Okay, you are printing high on the output screen, and after that you are having the else block. So since you have executed the if block, there is no need to execute the else block. So this part will get skipped and this part will get executed. Right, everyone? Yes or no? Please write in the chat. So here, if you will see here, this is the independent independent if, right? This is handled separately, and after that this part is if else part, right? So what we have learned here, we can omit the else part also. This else is optional. Okay, this else is optional, right? It is else if. Okay, great. No issue. So I have one more question. So those who thought that it is only else if, so let's take one more question, and after that we will move to the ATM machine, right? So this time the question is, let's increase the difficulty level, right? Okay, int var is equal to var1 is equal to 5 here, and I have int var2 is equal to 6 here, right? And after that I have if, okay, var2 is equal to 1, not equal to 1, is equal to var1, right? This one. Yeah. var1. Okay. So here I will print system.out.println. It is var2, right? Else it is var1. Guys, what will be the output now? Please write in the chat, okay? So if you got the clear understanding of if else, then what will be the output for this question? Okay, let's see. Okay, so Naveen is like very quick. So he's saying 6. What about others? Anyone is saying error? 6. Okay, like Shetty and Naveen is saying, okay, Shetty was the winner. Like he was the first one who have answered the correct question, right? So Shetty is saying 6. Okay. Oh, sorry. Sorry, 1 minute, guys. Here it will be var2 again. Okay, it will be var2 again. So both are var2, right? Both are var2. So Akshat is also saying 6. Only 3 of you, right? Let's run the code. 1. Shetty is saying 1. Okay, great. Yeah. So we are getting what? We are getting 1. Why we are getting 1? Let's see that part also, right? So here, this one. So at line number 6, we are having a block, and that block is what? Var1 of 4 byte, and inside this 5 is stored, right? And I have one more block that is var2, and inside this 6 is stored, right? And after that, I will move to line number 9. At line number 9, what I am having? I am having var2 is equal to 1, okay, is equal to var1, right? Var1. So this is the condition inside the if block, right? This is a condition inside the if block. So here I am having the left hand side equal to right hand side, right? And in the left hand side part, what I have, I will first execute the left hand side, right? So in the left hand side, what I have var2 is equal to 1. So this is the assignment operator, right? Var2 is equal to 1. So what we are doing, we are assigning 1 to var2, right? So the value of var2 will be what? 1 here now, right? 1 here. So the left hand side part is what? It is 1. Inside var2, what is stored? 1 is stored, right? 1 is stored here. And inside the right hand side part, what we have? We have 5. So 1 is equal to 5. No, it is false, right? It is false. And if it is false, if the condition is false, that means I will move to the else part. And in the else part, what I will print? I will print the value of var2. And the value of var2 is what? It is 1 here. Everyone is clear? Yes or no? Please write in the chat. Okay. Everyone is clear? Clear, yeah? So please write in the chat, guys, if you know something about we have what? We have logical operator, right? Everyone from the audience? No. Everyone is clear. Naveen is not clear. Okay, Naveen, what doubt you have? Okay, with the diagram also? Please write in the chat, Naveen, what doubt you have. Till that time, guys, what is like, do you guys know about logical operator? Should it not var2 is equal to var2 minus 1? Should it not var2 is equal to var2 minus 1? var2 is equal to var2 minus 1. Why, Naveen? Naveen, again, I'm explaining this example, right? So if you will see at line number 6, what I am having, I am having one container, and the name of the container is what? Var1. 5 is stored inside var1. I have one more container that is var2, and 6 is stored inside var2. You will go to the condition part, right, Naveen? And in the condition part, you have something on the left hand side part, and that something is what? You have var2 is equal to 1. Okay. Yeah. 1 minute. So it is what? It is var2 is equal to 1 on the left hand side part. So what you are doing? You are assigning a value 1 to a container var2. So this 6 will be replaced by 1, right? This 6 will be replaced by 1. So the actual value, the new value of var2 is what? It is 1 here, right? Okay. You got the idea, right? Naveen, now, if var2 is equal to var2 minus 1 is equal to that, then okay, you have one question here, right? So Naveen has one question here, and Naveen is saying ki, hey, yeah. So if I will do this thing, that is var2 is equal to var2 minus 1, okay, what will be the output? Please write in the chat, guys. Okay, what will be the output if var2 is equal to var2 minus 1? Let's see. Correct. 4. Naveen, why you are Shetty? Why you are saying 4? My eyes. Okay, 5. Sorry, yeah. It will be 5, right? It will be 5. So here, yeah. So you have two container, that is var1, and the value of var1 is what? 5. You have one more container var2. The value of var2 is what? 6. Right, everyone? After that, the left hand side part is what? var2 is equal to var2 minus 1. Right? var2 minus 1. So the value of var2 is what? It is 6. 6 minus 1 is what? It is 5. Right? So the updated value of var2 is what? It is 5 here. Right? So 5 is equal to 5. Yes, it is true. If it is true, you will move inside the body of if, and you will execute the body of if. That is, the value of var2 is what? 5. Now it is clear, Naveen? Yes or no? Please write in the chat if it is clear. Yeah. So, guys, please write in the chat. You have any idea about logical operator? Yes or no? Anyone? What all logical operator we have? Yes. What all logical operator we have, guys? Okay. And, or, and not. Check. More than. Okay. Logical operator, guys. Logical operator. Logical operator. That is, we have and, or, and not. Okay. Not, right? And this is or, right? So if I have to combine more than one condition, so till now, till this point, what we have learned, we are just checking one condition. But what if I have more than one condition, right? In the if in this here in the round bracket, if I have more than one condition, that is condition 1, condition 2, okay, and I have to check all the condition, what I will do, I have to either use logical and, or I have to use logical or on the basis of the problem statement. Right, everyone? So let's try to understand what is this logical and, logical or, and logical not, right? And after that, I have one more interesting question, and we will discuss that question also, right? So let's start with the logical and, right? Logical and. So let's take a use case here. That is, there is a sale on Amazon, right? Amazon Big Billion Day sale is there, or not Amazon, right? Let's take the example of a driving license, right? So driving license. So there is an officer, and he will test whether you know how to drive a bike or not, right? And on the basis of the test, you will get the license or you will not get the license, right? So here, driver, this officer is saying ki, hey, you will get the license only when your age in the Aadhaar card is greater than equal to 18. And the second condition is what? He is saying ki, hey, you will get the driving license only when you know how to drive. Okay. So if these two condition are met, then you will get the driving license, right? So I have condition 1, that is age is greater than equal to 18, that is condition 1. And I have one more condition, that is if I know how to drive or not, that is condition 2, right? Condition 2 here. And here what I have and, right? So here in the problem statement itself, in order to get the driving license, both the conditions should be true. That means here you have to use and. Okay, that is he should know how to drive, and at the same time his age should be greater than equal to 18, right everyone? Yeah. So Akshat is here, and Akshat will go to the test, right? Akshat will go to the driving license and to the officer, and he will say, ki, "Hey, I have to give the test. I want the driving license." Okay, but here the the situation of Akshat is what? His age is 23, but Akshat doesn't know how to drive. Okay, Akshat doesn't know how to drive. Can you guys tell me whether Akshat will get the driving license or not? Please write in the chat. Okay, will Akshat get a driving license or not? Now, he will not get the driving license in this case because condition 1 is true, but the condition 2 is false. So the overall condition is false. The key point is what? Condition 1 is true, but the condition 2 is false. So the overall condition is false. This is the first case. So now Naveen is here, right? Naveen will go to the officer and Naveen will say, ki, hey, my age is 17, but I know how to drive, right? I know how to drive. So this time Naveen will also not get the driving license, right? Because both this condition is false. This time the first condition is false and the second condition is true, but the overall case is false here. And now Shetty will go. Shetty will say ki, hey, okay, true, false, false, true. And after that, you have Shetty here, right? Shetty will say, ki, hey, I know how to drive, right? I know how to drive. So the first condition is true. And his age is 25. This time, both the condition are true. That means Shetty will get the driving license, right? Shetty will get the driving license here. And after that, Yogesh is here, right? Yogesh is here, and Yogesh is like 17 years, and he don't know how to drive. Again, in the case of Yogesh also, he will not get the driving license. So what you have noticed till this in this table, what you have noticed? In case of logical and, if any one of the condition is false, that is in the case of Akshat, in the case of Naveen, and in the case of Yogesh. In if any one of the condition is false, the overall condition will be false. The overall condition will be false, right everyone? And in order to be like the whole condition to be true, the whole condition should be true here. That is in the case of Shetty, condition 1 is also true and the condition 2 is also true. Okay, I think this most of you know, right? Yes or no? Like some of you don't know about this part, like this logical and table. Okay, but I am expecting ki like 50 to 60% of the audience know about this part, right? Okay, the catch is what? Why I'm explaining this part, like I'm taking 10 minutes to explain this part. Let's understand that part. This officer is a very busy person. Okay, everyone. This officer is a very busy person, and like he has like very less time. Okay, he has to take a lot of tests and he has to give driving license to a lot of people, right? So he will play smart. Okay, he will play smart and he will say ki, hey Akshat, okay, first I will check your age. Okay, first I will check your age, and your age is 23, that is greater than 18. So first condition is true. That means you can go and you should drive a bike. And here Akshat fails, and officer will say ki, hey, since Akshat you are not able to drive, you will not get the driving license. In case of Naveen, in case of Naveen, he will check the age. He will take the Aadhaar card of Naveen and he will say ki, hey Naveen, your age is less than 18-year-old. So there is no need to waste time on you, right? There is no need to waste time on you. I will not check your driving test. Okay, I will not give you a bike and I will not check whether you know how to drive or not. So in case of Naveen, this statement will get executed. That is, condition 1 will get executed and condition 2 will not get executed, right? In case of Shetty, again, Shetty age is 25, condition 1 is true. The officer will say ki, hey, Shetty, you can go and you can drive the bike. And Shetty know how to drive, so both the condition are true. Shetty will get the driving license. And in this case, officer is executing both the condition. In case of Yogesh, again, he will check the condition 1. Condition 1 is false. So there is no need to check condition 2. There is no need to check condition 2. That means condition 1 will get executed, right? And this is the similar behavior of a compiler also, right? This is a similar behavior of compiler if you are using logical and if the moment your condition is false, compiler will not execute the remaining condition. Everyone is clear? Yes or no? Please write in the chat. Okay. Till this point, everyone is clear? So should I give one question now? Yeah. So I have one question now. That is, okay. Okay, I have var1 and sorry, var2 and var2 is equal to 5, right? Let's assume var2 is equal to 7 here, right? And I have one more condition here, right? This one. That is var2 is equal to 1, right? Is equal to var1. Okay. Guys, what will be the output in this case? Please write in the chat. Let's see. Okay. What will be the output in this case? So Shetty is saying 7 will be the output. What about others? 7, 7. Anyone who is saying 1 will be the output? Bhanu, why you are saying false? We are printing var2, right? Anyone who is saying 1 will be the output? Let's execute the code, right? So you can see we are getting what? 7, right? 7. Why we are getting 7 here? If you will see this line, okay, you are the officer now, right? Your compiler is the officer now here, and compiler will say ki, hey, I will first check here. I am having two condition, right? This one, condition 1, and I have condition 2. So condition 1, first I will go to condition 1, and condition 1 is what? I have two block, that is var1 and I have var2, right? And inside var1 I have 5 and inside var2 I have 6, right? Inside var2 I have 6 here. And condition 1 is saying ki, hey, var2 is equal to 7 is equal to var1, right? And here var2 is equal to 7, that is 7 we are assigning to var2, so it will get updated, and here we will have 7 here, right? So here I am having 7 is equal to var1. The value of var1 is what, guys? It is 5. So condition 1 is false and we are using logical AND. Okay, so my compiler will behave like an officer and my compiler will say ki, hey, since the first condition is false and you are using logical AND, there is no need to execute this condition. So this condition will not get executed by the compiler. Okay, that's why this 7 is not updated to 1. That's why we are getting 7 as the output on the output screen. Everyone is getting the point, yes or no? Please write in the chat, yeah? If it is clear. Okay. If it is clear, what will be the output now, guys? What will be the output now? Okay, this time I will not explain, just I want the output, right? So the value of var2 is 5. Yeah. Okay, great. What will be the output now, guys? So we have two variable, just I have changed the value of here, right? From 7 I have made it 5, right? What will be the output? Correct. Correct. So Bhanu is correct. Okay. Correct. It will be five, five, five. Why you are saying guys five? Okay. Let's understand this part also, right? So I think there is some confusion still left, right? That's why some of you are saying five. So to those people, let me draw the diagram again. So we have where one. Where one is what? Five. Where two is what? Where two is what, guys? It is six here, right? After that, where two is equal to five. That is left hand side part. Okay. Condition one. This is condition one. Condition two. Okay, condition one, in the left hand side part, what we have var2 is equal to 5. So what we are doing, we are assigning 5 to var2. So here it will get updated to 5 here, right? After that, what we are doing, equal to right hand side part. The right hand side part is what? It is var1. The value of var1 is what? 5. And the value of var2 is what? 5. So 5 is equal to 5. That is true. And if it is true, officer will say ki, hey, condition 1 is true and you are using logical and. I will go to condition 2 now. And I will execute condition 2 also. Right? I will execute condition 2 also. And in condition 2, okay, in condition 2, what you are doing? You are having the left hand side part equal to right hand side part. Right? And in the left hand side part, what you are having? You are having var2 is equal to 1. Okay, is equal to the right hand side part is what? It is var1, right? Var1. The value of var1 is what? 5. Right, everyone? The value of var1 is 5. Now, left hand side part, what you are doing? You are initializing 1 to var2. Right? So this will get updated to 1 now. Right, everyone? The value of var2 is what? 1 now. And this time, var2, that is 1 is equal to 5. No, it is false. Right? Condition 2 is false. Condition 1 is true, but condition 2 is false. That means you will move inside the else part and you will execute the value of var2. And the value of var2 is what? 1. That's why we are getting 1 on the output screen. Okay. Alam, now it is clear. And everyone who are saying ki 5 will be the answer, now it is clear why we are having 1 as the answer. Yes or no? Please write in the chat if it is clear now. Yeah. So let's move to the next operator, that is logical OR, right? Logical OR. So this time, let's take one more example. Yeah. Okay. So this time there is a big billion day sale on Amazon, right? Amazon big billion day sale is going on, and you have to buy something on Amazon, right? Big billion day sale, right? And here Amazon people are saying ki, hey, you will get a 20% discount on your cart, 20% discount on the cart if the cart amount, if the amount in the cart is greater than 5,000 rupees, then you will get 20% discount. Or you are having Amazon Prime subscription, then you will get 20% discount. Okay, subscription, right? So again, I have two conditions. That is condition 1 or condition 2. Right? Condition 1 is what, guys? Condition 1 is the amount should be greater than 5,000 rupees, right? And condition 2 is what? Condition 2 is what? We should, like, I'm having Amazon Prime subscription or not. That is APS, Amazon Prime subscription, right? So again, let's start with the, okay, Alam here, right? Alam is here. So let's start with Alam now. And Alam is like super rich, and Alam has to buy like let's assume he has to buy what? He has to buy a MacBook Pro, right? He has to buy a MacBook Pro, and the price of MacBook Pro is 2 lakh rupees. Okay, so here 2 lakh rupees, and Alam is not having Amazon Prime subscription. Can you guys tell me, will Alam get a 20% discount on his cart? Yes or no? Please write in the chat. Will Alam get 20% discount on his this amount? Yeah, correct? He will get 20% discount, right? Because here you can see you are using or, and or means either condition 1 is true or condition 2 is true. Just one condition should be true. Okay, so in this case Alam will get 20% discount. Now we have Bhanu, and Bhanu is saying ki, hey Alam, like okay, I have to just buy a iPhone cover, right? And the price of iPhone cover is 2000 rupees, right? Or okay, but Bhanu is having this subscription, that is Amazon Prime subscription Bhanu is having, right? So this time Bhanu will get the discount, right? Because second condition is true. Similarly, let's take the example of Shetty. Okay, Shetty is here, right? Shetty, and Shetty is saying ki, hey, like I have to just buy something, okay, that is 7,000 rupees. Okay, he has 7,000 rupees in his cart amount, and he is having the subscription also. So Shetty will get the discount, right? Shetty will also get the discount, right? And after that we have Hassan. Okay, and in the case of Hassan, Hassan is saying ki, hey, I have to just uh, let's assume he has to just buy some random thing, and the cost of random thing is 2,000 rupees, and he is not having the Amazon Prime subscription also, right? So in this case, in the case of Hassan, the condition 1 is false and the condition 2 is false. So in the case of Hassan, Hassan will not get the discount. Okay, Hassan will not get the discount, and the remaining people, that is Alam, Bhanu, and Shetty, will get the discount because one of the condition is true and you are using logical OR. And this is the base principle of logical OR. That is, if you have multiple conditions and you are using logical OR, then if any one of the condition is true, the whole condition is true. Okay, this is the base principle of logical OR, right, everyone? So again, here also let's try to think in like with respect to compiler, right? Compiler is very busy. Okay, he has to manage a lot of work. So compiler will say, okay, like here Amazon people. Okay, let's take the example of Amazon people. Amazon people will say ki, hey Alam, first condition is true and you are using or. There is no need to execute condition 2 because you are using logical or, and the first condition is true. That means the whole condition will be true, right? So the Amazon people will not see condition 2. Similarly, in case of Bhanu, what will happen? Amazon people will say, ki, hey Bhanu, like here the first condition is false and you're using logical OR. So I will check the second condition. So in the case of Bhanu, both the condition will get executed. In case of Shetty, the first condition is true. So Amazon people will say, ki, hey, we don't have enough time. You will get the discount. Okay, there is no need to check the second condition. There is no need to check the second condition. And similarly, in case of Hassan, the first condition is false. You are using logical OR. You will move to the second condition and you will check the second condition also. Right, everyone? Yes or no? And this is the same behavior of compiler also behind the scene, right? So if I will give you one question here, that is the same question, right? This one. Okay. Now, guys, what will be the output? Okay. Please write in the chat. Sir, have a doubt. Shetty, yeah, you can write in the chat what doubt you have. Hassan is saying like, Hassan, I have taken your example and you are saying kya pada rahe hum log, right? Okay. So we are we are learning about Java fundamentals. Okay, Hassan. So if you are interested in IT field, if you want to learn Java programming, you can attend the first session and the second session. You are like, this is a very basic program, so you will learn like you will be able to learn a lot. Okay. Yeah. Okay, great. So this time the answer is what? 5, right? We are using logical OR. Okay. Yeah. We are using what? Logical OR, and the first condition is true. That is the where 2 is equal to 5 and 5 is equal to 5. First condition is true. You are using logical OR. That means there is no need to execute the second condition, right? So let me, okay, see the result also. So here you can see we are getting 5, right? We are getting 5. So now let's move to the next problem statement. That is, everyone has used ATM machine, right? Yeah, ATM machine everyone has used. So if you will go to the ATM machine, right? The last problem statement of today's session, and after that we will end the session, right? Okay, great. Great, Hassan. Okay, so we are discussing about ATM machine here, right? So in the ATM machine, like you have the ATM machine, and what you do, like you are here, right? You are here. So in the ATM machine, you have three options, right? So you have option one. 1 minute. Yeah. You have option one, and option one is saying what? Add. Add money to your current balance, right? Either you add money to your current account. This is option one, right? Option two is what? Option two is saying ki, hey, debit, okay, add or credit, right? Credit, debit or subtract money from the current account, right? Money from current account. Okay, this is option two you get on the ATM machine, right? This is my ATM machine, right? And the option three is what? Let's say we have option three also. And the option three is what? That is invalid choice, right? Invalid choice, right? So in ATM machine, like let's assume press one. Okay, you have to press one to add amount to the bank balance. Okay, you have to press two to debit amount from the bank balance. Okay, and you have if you have not pressed one or two, that means you have pressed a invalid key. Right, everyone? You have pressed a invalid key here. So what happened? Let's assume you have a bank. Okay, in the bank you have some amount initially, right? This is your current balance, right? And in the current balance you have some amount. Let's assume 5,000 rupees is stored inside the current balance, right? Okay, Shetty is saying, ki, hey sir, if both the condition are true and we are using or will compiler check both condition or first condition still? Okay, Shetty, it is like it will just check the first condition, okay? Because we are using logical or, and the moment we are getting a condition as true, there is no need to check the remaining condition because we know the whole condition will be true. Right, Shetty? Okay, great. So here we are having 5,000 rupees in the current balance, right? So what I will do first, let's assume I press one, right? I press one. One means I have to add money to the current account, right, everyone? So let's assume I have entered 3,000 rupees, right? I have entered what? 3,000 rupees. So this is 3,000 rupees plus the current balance is what? 5,000 rupees. So the total balance in the current account is what? 8,000 rupees. So it should get updated to 8,000 rupees. This is the first case, right? The second case is what? Debit money from the current account. And in this case, what you do? Let's assume you want to debit 2,000 rupees. Okay. You want to debit how much rupees? You want to debit 2,000 rupees. Then what will happen? 5,000 rupees minus 2,000 rupees, that is 3,000 rupees, should be inside your current balance, right? 3,000 rupees should be inside your current balance. This is the first case. And in option 2, you have one more case. The case is what? If the amount you want to debit, okay, if the amount you want to debit is greater than the current balance, okay, in that case you have to print insufficient fund. Okay, in this case you have to print insufficient fund, right? This message you get, right? If you have entered some amount and that amount is greater than the current balance, you get insufficient fund on the output screen. This is option number 2. And option number 3, everyone knows, invalid choice, right? Everyone is clear with the problem statement, yes or no? Please write in the chat. Okay, problem statement is clear, guys. Yeah. So if add money and else if debit money, else printing invalid choice. Yeah, yeah, correct. So let's try to understand how we can solve this question, right? So if you will see here at the first part, at this pass, here we have three options and I have to choose one option among them. Okay, three options available and I have to choose one option among them. So in this case, When I have more than two options available and I have to choose only one option among them, then I can use if else if, right? To tackle this part. Okay, this part is tackled. After that, okay, this part is easy. That is, we have to just add the number. This part is like tricky. That is, we have two options available, right? That is the option number this and this one, right? So two options available, and I have to choose one option among them. Then what I will use in this case, I will use if else, right? If the amount is greater than the current balance, I will print insufficient fund. Else, I will do this subtraction wala part, right? Everyone, yes or no? I will do this subtraction wala part. Yeah. So, and one more thing, I have to take input from the user. Let's first discuss how we can take input from the user, and after that, I will write the code of this problem statement. Right, everyone? So, anyone from the audience, like how we can take input from the user in Java? Anything you know? Okay. Correct. So we have to use this syntax. Okay, this syntax you can see here. We are having a new keyword and something like a scanner. Okay, SC, right? So we have something here. Let's try to decode this syntax, and after that we will take input from the user, right? So in the yesterday session, okay, in the yesterday session, like there was Akshat, right? Akshat or Naveen, I don't know. Like who is constructing the house, right? So in the yesterday session, what we have learned, what is the key point we have learned? In order to use method of a class, in order to use the data member of a class, okay, data member, that is your properties, okay, and the member, okay, data, okay, member functions, that is your method, that is the functionalities. Okay, if you have to use the data member and a member function of a class, then you have to use object, and with the help of object you can use the data member and you can use the member function of a class. This is the key point that we have learned yesterday, right? Yes or no? Please write in the chat. So here, let's try to understand the syntax now, right? Ah, so what happened? Yeah, here, okay. Here Sachin is here, right? Sachin is here, and Sachin is typing something. Okay, Sachin wants to take input from the user, right? So what he will do? He will type on the keyboard, right? And the moment Sachin will type something on the keyboard, what will happen? Some data will flow from the keyboard to the memory, right? Some data will flow. So here, that data, that data will be stored inside the buffer. There is a storage area, that buffer, the name of the storage area is buffer, okay, and in that buffer that data will get stored, right? So the data is stored inside the buffer. Let's assume Sachin wants to store 3000 rupees, okay, or Sachin wants to store small a, right? So this data will get stored inside the buffer, right? And after that what will happen now? This is me, right? I have written some program here, okay, and what I want the data either in integer format, okay, according to the problem statement, either I want the data in the integer format or I want the data in the character format according to the problem statement, or I want the data in the double, similarly float, right? Similarly, like other data type, that is here string, okay, string. And similarly we have what? Okay, double, float, short, int, right? So we have different primitive data type. I want the data type in this format. Okay, so Sachin has typed something on the keyboard, that something will get stored in the buffer, and I want the data in integer, string, double, float. How I can achieve this part? Okay, either I have to write some code in order to achieve this part, that is to convert the data from the buffer to integer format, to fetch the data from the buffer to integer format. Either I, programmer, has to write some code, or what we can do, we can use the method that are already created by the Java programmer, that is Java developer. Okay, so Java developer have already taken care of this kind of scenario, and they have a class, that is scanner class. Okay, they have a scanner class, and inside the scanner class there are methods already defined that will handle this situation, that is taking the data from the buffer and converting that data to either integer, to either string, to either double, or to either float, okay, according to the problem statement. So there are method, that is next int, to convert the data into integer format, okay, next to convert the data to the string format, next float to convert the data to, okay, and here some code is written, some code is written, okay. Similarly the remaining function, right? So some code is already written, and what we have to do, we have to use this code in order to get the data in integer, string, double, or float. And how I can achieve this part? With the help of object. Okay, so what I will do, I have to create the object of a scanner class. And how I will create the object of a scanner class? Like this, that is the class name, okay, class name. Here the identifier or the reference variable name, okay, reference variable name. And after that the assignment operator, this is a new keyword. This new keyword is responsible for assigning the memory to the object, okay, in JVM, right? Yesterday we have discussed, right? Yesterday we have discussed कि we have JVM, right, everyone? Okay, I'm not discussing again the same point. We have JVM, we have class loader subsystem, and we have different memory area, that is method area, and the method area is responsible for storing dot class, file, and static variable. And we have heap area, that is responsible for storing object and its related instance variable. And we have stack area, that is responsible for storing local variable, right? So in order to allocate memory in the heap area, we have to use new keyword, right, everyone? We have to use new keyword. And after that, this is the special method. The special method is the constructor here, right? Constructor here. And this is system.in, that is responsible for taking input from the keyboard, okay, taking input from the outer source, right? This is responsible for taking input from the outer source. Everyone is clear till this point? Like how we can create an object of a class, right? Yes or no? Please write in the chat. And after that, what I will do, I want the data in integer format. So what I will do, I will write sc dot next int. I have to use dot operator, and after that I will write next int. And this will do what? This will take the data from the buffer and convert that data to integer format, okay, and it will give the data in integer format. And I want to use the data, so first what I will do, I will store the data somewhere so that I can reuse the data. And in order to store the data somewhere, what I will do, I will use int num, okay. I have to create a variable, that is the name of the variable is num, and since I'm storing integer kind of data, so the data type is int. Everyone is clear what is this scanner sc new scanner system.in, and like what we are doing here, right? So let's take something, right, from the user, okay. Oh. So here, so scanner sc is equal to new scanner, and we have what, we have system dot in. And after that we want to take input from the user, and that input I want in a integer format. So what I will do, I will write int num, okay. That is, first I will do what, I will call the next int method that are defined inside the scanner class. And in order to use the method of a class, in order to use the property or functionality of a class, I have to use the reference variable, that is the object of that class. So here I have created the object, and here I am writing sc.nextInt, and this will return me the, this will give me the integer data. So I will store the integer data somewhere, that is int num is equal to sc.nextInt. And let's print the data also, right? That is system.out.println, right? and here num, right? So let's run the code. Okay, 1 minute. Run the code again. So here guys, you can see like I will get some error or what. Let's see. So we are getting some error, and here it is saying ki, hey, I don't know about this scanner ST, right? What is this class scanner, right? There. So here in my program, I'm not telling the program ki, hey, what is this scanner class? So in order to use the object of a scanner class, what I have to do, I have to import the package where this scanner class is defined. Okay, this scanner class is defined inside a package, and the name of the package is what? Java util package, right? So here I will write import Java. 1 minute. Java dot util dot scanner, right? So inside Java, inside util, you have a scanner class, right? So if I will run the code, you will see you are getting a blink, right? You are getting a blink here. Let's take the input, that is 23, and you can see we are getting 23 on the output screen also, right? Yeah. So let's move back to the question now, that is the ATM machine. It will take 5 minutes, and after that we will be ending the session, right? So here let's discuss that question also. That is, I have like okay, let's first print a message, that is system dot out dot println. Okay, and here I will write a message that is, hey, press 1 to credit, okay, and press 2 to debit, right? And after that, what I will do, I will create a scanner class, that is scanner sc is equal to new scanner, and this will be what? System dot in, right? And after that, yeah, I have to take the input from the user, that is int option. Okay, let's create a variable, that is int option is equal to sc dot next int, right? Yeah, this one. And after that, first what I will do, I will tackle the option 1, option 2, and option 3. That is, if option is equal to 1, that means I have to perform addition. Okay, that is credit, right? Else if option is equal to 2, then what I have to do, I have to perform the debit, right? And in the else case, what I have to do, I have to just print invalid choice, right? System dot out dot println invalid, right? Invalid choice, right? Okay, this one. So now let's first tackle the option number 1. And in order to tackle the option number 1, let's take a static variable, that is int current balance. Okay, current balance, and let's assume the current balance is 5,000 rupees initially, right? 5,000 rupees in the bank balance, right? And after that, what I will do, I will go inside option number 1, and in option number 1, what I will do, I will first take input from the user. So first let's print a message, that is, hey, if you are inside option 1, that means please enter the amount you want to add. Please enter the amount to add, right? And after printing the message, what I will do, I will take the input from the user, and again, in order to take the input from the user, I will use sc dot next int, right? And this will give me the integer value, and I will store the integer value inside amount variable. Let's take amount variable here, right? And after that, what I have to do, I have to reuse the amount variable. That is, in option number 1, I have to add the amount to the current balance. This is my current balance, and in this current balance I have to add the amount, right? And I will get some output. That output I have to store again in the same balance, right? Again in the same container, and the container is what? Current balance, right? So here I will store the amount, right? Like this. Okay, so the option number 1 is done. I am able to successfully add amount to the current balance. Let's go to the option number 2. In option number 2, again, let's copy this part, right? And here I will write here, please enter the amount you want to debit, right? To debit. And what I will do, here I will take input from the user, and first I will write a check. that is ki, hey, if current balance, okay, is greater than, okay, if the amount you have entered is greater than the current balance, right? In that case, what I will do, I will print a message on the output screen ki, hey, insufficient fund, right? This this one, and insufficient fund here, right? And in the else part, what I will do, in the else part, I will write ki, hey, in the else part, that means I have to subtract the amount from the current balance, right? So what I will do, I have the current balance, and from the current balance, I have to subtract the amount. And whatever result I will get, I will store the result in the same container, that is current balance. And at the end, here you can see I have tackle option number 1, option number 2, and the else part. And at the end, I will print the actual amount in the bank balance. That is this one. Yeah. So here, this one. So actual amount, okay, current balance. Okay, let's print current balance here. And here, current balance is stored inside current balance, right? So this is all. And let's run the code. Let's see what output I'm getting, or I'm getting some error here, right? So here you can see press 1 to credit, press 2 to debit, right? So let's enter 1 here, right? Let's see. So the moment I have entered 1, I am getting, please enter the amount you want to add. Let's add 7,000 rupees. Okay, let's see. So here you can see the initial amount in the bank balance is 5,000 rupees, and you have chosen option number 1. That means this code will get executed, and what you are doing, you are adding 5,000 rupees plus 7,000 rupees, that is 12,000 rupees is getting printed, and the remaining else if else block is getting skipped, right? This is the first scenario. Let's take the second scenario also. Okay, this time I want to debit the amount from the bank balance, right? Please enter the amount you want to debit. So initially in the bank balance 5,000 rupees is there, right? So let's take 12,000 rupees. 12,000 rupees I want to debit from the current balance. Okay, and here you can see, oh sorry, my mistake. So 2 and 12,000 rupees, and here you can see insufficient fund, right? Because the amount you have entered is greater than the current balance, right? The amount you have entered is greater than the current balance. That's why if block is getting executed and insufficient fund is getting printed on the output screen, and you are having no deduction in the initial amount, and that's why 5,000 rupees is there in the bank balance, right? And similarly, if I will take one more case, that is case number 3, again press 2 and enter the amount you want to debit. Let's debit 2,000 rupees this time, right? So here you can see current balance is what, 3,000 rupees, because the amount you have entered is greater than less than the current balance, right? So here this is a very good code here, and you can understand the concept of if else. Okay, this part is what, this part you are handling if else, and inside this you have if else, right? If else, and if you will notice, this if else is inside else if. So here you can notice this if else is acting as a nested if else. Okay, so in this question you are able to understand the concept of if else if, you are able to understand the concept of if else, and you are able to understand the concept of nested if else. Everyone is clear till this point, yes or no? Please write in the chat. Okay, this is all for today's session, guys. Okay, like thank you everyone, like for being patient for 2 hours, right? Okay, but hope you are able to get a lot of new things, okay, from this session. So sir, can you please zoom in the else statement, right? Yeah, let me zoom in, right? Okay, let me first this one, right? So guys, how was the session? Any improvement you want? Like my speed is good, or I'm going too slow, or I'm like explaining like okay, according to you, any suggestions, please write in the chat, okay? And if you have any like questions related to anything, you can write in the chat. Okay, you have 5 minutes, and after that we will end the session, right? So what point I have to zoom, Shetty? So can you please zoom else part? Okay, this is the else part, yeah. Okay, thank you everyone. So we are left with the loop part. Okay. So I have one project that I will discuss with the help of the loop part. Okay. And I will show you how to dry run the code and what all thing you have to keep in mind while dry running the code, right? And if we have time left, so in the first half, what we can do is like we can take a problem statement and we will see the time complexity. Okay. So tomorrow session. So tomorrow session agenda is what? So we have 1 hour. In that 1 hour, we will see the problem solving session, right? That will be the problem solving session. And in that problem solving session, we will see the power of okay observation and the power of optimization, right? And we will see the time complexity. Like why time complexity is important, right? And why you need to optimize your code. This will be the 1 hour, and after that the remaining 1 hour will be dedicated to a project, right? Simple project, right? Not a okay difficult, but a very simple project, and that will clear all your doubt, right? Try to submit the assignment today itself, okay, or in the tomorrow morning you can submit the assignment, but try to submit the assignment as soon as possible, right? Yeah. Arvind, the agenda is clear, right? The yeah, yeah. You Shubhi, you will get the class on the YouTube channel itself. That is the Let's Upgrade. You can go there and you will get the class there, right? Thank you everyone for attending the session. Okay, have a great night and revise the like session number 1 and session number 2. And if you are liking the session, you can share the session to your friends. Okay, and yeah, we have one course that is going to start from this. Okay, 25 May. So you can take the advantage of this course, that is 3 month course, and like the money is also refunded after 6 months. So like everything is like win-win situation here, right? So try to take the advantage, right? And if you are not getting anything from this session, like from this program, okay, you can contact me from the Let's Upgrade team. I am there. I will help you out, and yeah, like this is a very good opportunity for all of you. Okay, so you can take the session, right? You can take this program. Guys, how to upload Shetty? There is a okay, if you will go on the YouTube and you will search for GitHub tutorials by Let's Upgrade, you will get 3 days session, and there we have taught how to upload assignment on GitHub, right? So you can watch that session, okay, or you can watch any other tutorial also, right? Yeah. Thank you everyone. Thank you.